We are live. All right. Yes, we are live. Deidre is here. Hello, Deidre. Yes. Money Impact in the house. Hello, Teresa, Sandra. Hello. Yay. You guys win the prize for being on time. Whoop, whoop. What's going on? I need some water. My lips are dry. I'm so sorry. Hello, Spear Fingers. Okay, so I'm sorry. I got a text and I got distracted. Hello, hey, yes. Okay, so it is 6 o'clock. Well, it's 6:01 actually, and you guys know I'm not really a fan of waiting on people to arrive. So go ahead. Let's start off with wins because we do that first. I want to celebrate you, things that you have accomplished in Converse Speakers Academy, in your business, in your life. Go ahead in the chat, type in win, at least one. At least one. There is always one thing that you can shout yourself out about. 1, 2, ready, go. Wins. Where's my stapler? I want to see them. Yeah, I'm so glad Deidre can make it. Thank you so much for your patience with me, allowing me to reschedule to today. Tuesday, I was just like, Like, I was going to try, and it was just like, my husband's like, just lay down. Just get somewhere and sat down. It was like, just sat down. You're not, no. Just sat down. So thank you so much for your patience with me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Why are we not typing wins in the chat? What's going on with that? Like, why are we absent in the chat? I don't understand. Why? What's up? Y'all don't have nothing to celebrate? Are you serious right now? Come on now. Come on. In the last 2 weeks, you've not had any wins. Somebody need a whooping. I'm finna just get quiet until y'all put in some win. Unless y'all just typing a lot of, is that what it is? Teresa, are you typing a lot of stuff? Is that what it is? Are you typing a very long message for your win? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Oh my goodness. There's Erica. Ishameen, hello. Yes, Erica, we are sharing our wins, but your classmates are being kind of quiet, and I guess they want me to believe that they don't have any wins, which, of course, I refuse to believe. That's not true. So I'm letting everybody type in their wins in the chat. Did you finish up a module? Even if it was not like the current one, so even if it was not module 2, did you finally get your pre-work done? Did you finally get your video recorded? Did you get a level of clarity that you hadn't had before? I know Sandra got her email. She's been in MailChimp playing around. She figured out how to put together an email campaign. That was something that she had been trying to figure out for a minute now. So that's a win. Oh my gosh. And I can't believe that Sandra has not put that in. Oh my gosh. Deidre is a part of, now she's going to put in win MailChimp. So Deidre is one of my one-on-one mentorees. So in that regard, like being a part of Converse Speakers Academy was a part of her package as a one-on-one mentoree. So she already has work on this side with Money and Impact mentoring. So I know she has launched her podcast. She has her blog done. Like, she has a whole bunch of wins. You got your WordPress account, yay! And started working on content for your blog. Good stuff, Erica, yay! No, Sandra, no. You got to think of your own win now, because now you stole your win from me. I had already said yours. So now you got to do another one. You can't use the same one. Second podcast went out Monday. Woo! Good stuff. Right on schedule. Right on schedule. So proud of Deidre. Virtual high five. You ready, Deidre? Ready? Boom. Virtual high five. I love it. I love it. So yeah, she's working on 2 books. So like she has a lot going on. So she's understandably a tad bit behind in Converse Speakers Academy because she has other stuff that she has to do. Like she really and truly has to do in the one-on-one mentorship. So spoke to kind of Sandra on panel. Very good, Sandra. Woo! Very good. Good stuff. Look at there. You guys. Very good, you guys. Very good. I'm excited. Teresa, what you waiting on? I don't know why you playing, Teresa. Because I know you can think of one thing. Facebook group as a result. Very good, Sandra. You're getting that captive audience. Very good. See that? I'm going to give you the side eye. Oh, yeah, I will, Deidre. I will. Because we'll be in our session. I'll be like, okay. You be like, well, I was working on Converse Speakers Academy stuff. Really? Which will still be great. Still be great. Don't get me wrong. Work either way is great. But, we got the train moving on the one side. So, I don't want to stop that train from going. I know it's school about to come back in for you. And you are going to be uber busy. So I'm glad the podcast is out there. All that good stuff is getting out there. Yeah. Yes. You still got to get her done. Absolutely. I'm so proud of you guys. Good stuff. Teresa's trying to hide, but I'm looking right at you on my thing. I know you're here, Teresa. So, really. I guess you're still thinking. Is that what it is? You're still thinking? You still over there thinking, Teresa? Okay, so I'm excited too because yes, everybody, congratulations! Because I was excited. Was it yesterday? Because I was thinking through you guys' graduation that's coming up at Women Ignited, and kind of some things I want to do. So yeah. Anyway, I'll keep that to myself. Keep it to myself for right now. All right. So let's go ahead. Hopefully my phone will not ring or anything. And dive into Module 3. Module 3, which is all about y'all. The workbook just be sexy to me. I'm sorry. Every time I put it together, I just be like, this is ridiculously sexy. I can't take it. Okay. So we're talking about content creation. Okay. And I don't have a sexy PowerPoint for you today because this is really a whole lot of meat. And I want to be able to kind of walk this out step by step with you because content is like seriously, without a doubt, your bread and butter. Like it's what draws people to you. It's what lets them know that you are worth your salt. It is what helps them to understand whether or not they need to work with you or, find somebody comparable or whatever the case may be. Like your content is everything. It's literally everything. And it has to flow out of you, which is why the work that we've done thus far was so important, because a lot of the reason why you have a difficult time, or because I'm not making that confession about you, why people sometimes have a difficult time, it's around their content. I don't want to scope because I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't want to post on social media. Why? Because I don't know what I'm gonna say. No, I don't have a blog because I don't know what to write about. Right? most of the issue, right, Deidre? Most of the issue is around the fact that you don't know what to say. And that is content creation. That's all that is. It is about creating your content. So the conversation for this module is about copywriting, okay? And not RIGHTING, where we're talking about the laws that surround written works. We're talking about copywriting, WRIGHTING, actually scribing, putting together words that are a part of what your brand represents. And I think that the content of the module does a pretty good job with explaining copyright and copyright techniques. I just want to go over a couple things. And then I want to talk about something that actually saved my content life once I learned it and mastered it, and I started teaching it to other people. I learned it from one of my former coaches, April Franks Hunt. It's called content stacking. And so I want to just kind of spend the latter part of our time together talking about content stacking, how to actually do it, and how it will make your life incredibly easier, okay? Much, much easier, so you won't have to be like, what am I supposed to talk about? So when we get to the social media challenge, and you have to do live broad, like as a part of your curriculum in Converse Speakers Academy, you have to do the live broadcast. You won't be like, I'm going to yank out her $12 ponytail when I see her. You won't be tripping, okay? Because you already know exactly what this should look like, okay? All right? So leave my $12 ponytail alone, okay? All right. Did you, Sandra? Congratulations, but how come I didn't get a notification? I'm concerned about that. Okay, so copywriting is for several different purposes, and I'm on page 2. I'm going to kind of follow the module today. I'm going to kind of follow the action guide today until we get to the content stacking part. Okay, so copywriting is for promoting, for educating, for positioning, and for persuading your ideal client to buy. Okay, essentially. Next module, we're going to be talking about selling versus serving versus selling. Okay, cool, Sandra. Very good. Yay. But one thing that's important, and what the copywriting portion of the module is kind of guiding you into, is how to write copy, which is just the industry term for words, paragraphs, posts. Anything that you actually write is called copy, or ad copy if it's for ads. That's the actual industry term. So anytime you are writing copy, it is for one of these purposes: to promote a product without sounding salesy, to educate the audience about toward becoming a buyer without sounding salesy, positioning a call to action. Okay, you might hear me sometimes say CTA, the call to action. It's when a call to action is when you tell the reader, the listener, the hearer, to do something. Okay, Nakia inboxed me about her blog. She hadn't launched it, but she started her blog. Excellent. She did a great job, and she wanted me to look at it, so I did. And I told her the only thing I would add is to have a CTA at the end. And normally it's good practice to ask people to reply in the comments, because you want to start drawing not traffic. You want to start having people engage on your blog. Why? We talked about this last module. You want to pull them off of platforms that you do not own onto platforms that you do. Okay? So I told her, now that you got your blog together, watch the process, like when I'm putting out memes and stuff. And you see I have Ebony Trust, excuse me, ebonytrust.com, excuse me, /blog. It's a quote from one of the blog posts, okay? Or it is just a great quote, period, that has to do with, okay, that has to do with one of my blog posts, okay? Someone's at the door. Please excuse me, hold on. Miss Deidre said hi, buddy. Talk to him while I'm at the door.
I don't know what to say. She's coming back.
All right, here I go. Woo! Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, so Gabriel has an icy business and those were customers, but Gabriel is at karate. So yeah. Okay, so I told Nakia that now she can start driving traffic to her blog, driving attention to her blog, so now she can create memes and stuff, which is a part of content stacking, creating memes and stuff in order to advertise her blog within her group. Again, you want to pull people off of Facebook onto a platform that you own, then you have that CTA where you get them commenting about what you wrote actually on the blog. And you're going to use copy that is persuasive, but not heavy-handed. So it's not, you better buy from me, or, if you don't buy today, my kids are going to starve. We ain't going to do that, right? You want to be persuasive, but not, try to hammer somebody over the head. No. Okay? And then copywriting also allows you to sell your stuff through writing without sounding salesy. All right? And here's the thing, okay? What we really, really, really have to make sure that we are cognizant of is the fact that we are supplying a solution. Okay? We are supplying a solution. And what I want you to think about is, even though you may not have physical products and all of your programs, services, or whatever right now are all informational, that's fine. I still want you to put yourself in the place of, like, for example, Walgreens. Okay? And I love Walgreens. Love Walgreens. But Walgreens is not coming to your door, hey, I'm going to need you to come buy something. Like today. Come on, sugar. Walgreens is not doing that. Okay? Walgreens has a sales paper that you have access to, for example, in your Sunday newspaper. And they are advertising. They have that copy in the paper. Why? To let you know, hey, in case you need to do your laundry this week, we have the solution. In case your kids are going to need pencils and notebooks and erasers and stuff, for back to school, hey, we have the solution and it's on sale. By the way, at the same time, if you need healthy snacks, it is back to school. We have the solution. Come on through if you so choose. Because some folks don't choose. You might not choose, but some folks will choose. So just in case you might be a part of those some folks, we wanted you to know that we have the solution. That's all you're doing. I need you to catch that. That's all you're doing. You are simply letting your target audience know, hey, you got this problem, I'm the solution. Okay? And you have to be solution-minded, solution-driven. You don't want to hammer down the pain point. You don't want to, for example, have a URL that is the pain point. Don'tbedepressed.com. Like, who wants to even, no. You know what I'm saying? No. With everything that you do, with everything that you write, you want to be solution driven. Okay? So you have to match your message under how to use copywriting techniques. You have to consistently match your message up with how your prospect is viewing their problem and how they view the need to have a solution to their problem. So you have to look at it through the eyes of your prospect. And oftentimes we look at it from, here's what you need, I know, finger. Here's what you need, I know what you need, listen to me. No. I talk about one of my mentorees, Sandra, all the time, because that was one of the first conversations that we had that she kind of booked me a little bit on. And I had to, show her, and it proved itself out. She is a health coach, right? She's raw, vegan, extraordinary at it, right? And so she wanted to do a webinar to list build and explain to people how to clean their liver, right? And she was like, oh, it's so important. And she went into, this thesis about how important the liver is and, all this good stuff, right? And I said, Sandra, that's all well and good. I said, but your ideal client, first of all, is not concerned about how clean or dirty their liver is. They probably don't even know which side of their body their liver is located on. They're not going to come to that webinar. And she was like, she was all, clutch my pearls. I'm so, and I'm like, no. I said, people are cleansing right now. The smoothies, the detox is all the rage, not because people want to get healthy or clean their liver. They're trying to lose weight. People are really coming into it wanting to lose weight. I said, so lead with how they are viewing their issue as being weight, not a dirty liver. So lead with the weight. Lead with what they want and then give them what they need in the process. And I mean, y'all, she fought me. She was like, no. I said, Sandra, I'm telling you, they don't care about their liver being dirty. You do. You understand why that's important, but right now they don't. All they know is, I am too big. I want to look fine for the summer. I'm trying to lose these last 10 pounds for the reunion. That's all they know. And so if in the process of getting their liver clean, they can lose some weight, then lead with that. How to lose 5 pounds in 5 days using green smoothie. That should be your webinar. And when she did that, so that's the thing. You have to be familiar with the problem. Absolutely. Know without a shadow of a doubt that you are the solution and how you are the solution. But in presenting that, when you're writing about it, when you're sharing about it verbally, you can't have, I'm looking down my nose at you. you being this way and you need to fix it. No, because what you cannot forget is that you were once that person. Okay? You were once that person in that same predicament. And had somebody come to you like this, you probably would have some sort of reaction. Okay? So you have to understand that you are solving a problem. But if you're but you have to present that solution in a way that reflects that you get that what your ideal client sees as the problem. Kind of like how I talked to Sandra about. Okay? I find that often as I'm helping new and aspiring coaches, speakers, authors, thought leaders. In their mind, most people, I think maybe with the exception of maybe one or two, every single strategy session I've done with people, the number one thing was, I don't know how to get started. I got this right here, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do. Now, I hear that, right? And to the average person, that makes, sense. So, we're going to start with, okay, well, what's the first thing they ought to do? Because they don't know what to do. But because I know my ideal client, when I hear that statement, I know really the underlying problem is they lack clarity. They aren't clear on something. Okay? So that's why with everything I do, that's the first thing is clarity. When I do a strategy session, that's the first conversation. That's the first few questions on the questionnaire. It's a matter of clarity. But I don't come and say, oh, you don't even know who you want to talk to. You ain't clear on nothing. I don't do that. Because first of all, they don't see that as the problem. But me being the expert, I know that's the problem. And so I come at it, being solution driven, I come at it in a manner that expresses that I totally get that you're not clear, and that's why you don't know what to do. It's because you're not clear. Okay? So don't sell me something, solve me something. And when you think about yourself as the solution, and we'll talk more about this next week, that's when you start worrying about whether or not you're sounding sales. Okay? So, great copywriting doesn't focus on selling. It focuses on the truth. The reader has a problem. Does your ideal client have a problem? Yes, they do. They have different kinds or across the board with you guys, different kinds of problems. But for each of you, your ideal client probably has 2 or 3 different problems. The problem is causing them more complications in their life and business. The problem has a dollar value and or quality of life costs associated with it. The writer has the solution to the problem and passionately wants the reader to solve their problem. Okay? That's your focus. You understand that your ideal client has a problem. You totally get it. You can relate. You feel them on it. You want them to get a solution. Whether they do it with you or with somebody else, you're trying to drive them to the solution. Okay? That's the goal. So ultimately, you want the reader to agree with you that they have a problem, that the problem is causing them unwanted complications in their life and business. The problem has a dollar value and a quality of life cost associated with it. You have the solution to the problem and passionately want the reader to solve their problem today. Okay? Now, if you ever have watched any of my Periscope broadcasts, my primarily on Periscope, I don't really, my Facebook, well, yeah, because I mostly simulcast. So when I'm on Periscope, I'm mostly on Facebook Live too at the same time. But if you notice, that is the process, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but that's the outline that I use on my broadcast. So when I write my content, it's the same outline. I do not reinvent the wheel for nothing. It's the same 4 basic. That's my framework. Like 4 sides of a square. That's my framework on everything. So when I'm doing my Periscope broadcast, for example, I normally start, well, after I go through all the introduction and replay all that, tell them what I'm going to talk about, and then who should watch. I start off with the challenge, what the issue is. Then I present the impact, okay, which means I'm letting them know what it looks like to have overcome the challenge. Then I present the solution, normally in 3 steps or 3 things. So I did 4 then, I'm sorry. I normally give the solution step by step in 3 points, is what I'm trying to say. I give the solution step by step in 3 points. And then I do a call to action because I'm the solution. So I want you to do something. I want you to interact with the solution in some sort of way. The same thing. That's what I do. So don't feel like, okay, well, I have to write my blog a certain way, and then I got to do my Periscope or my live broadcast a certain way, and I got to, no. Because there again, this is all a part of your brand. You are who you are, right? So don't flip-flop and switch up just because you're trying to do whatever. No, use the same basic framework, okay? The same. They have a problem. The problem is causing them unwanted complications. The problem has a dollar value or some kind of other personal thing, quality of life that's giving them like it's stressing them out, or it's hindering something. It's causing them issues, okay? But you are the solution. Same thing. Okay? Let's see. We got persuasive language. Then we went to blogging. And so you got the 7 steps to build your blog. So if you have not done that already, you can go for it. Then lead magnets. So this was a question that Sandra had a couple weeks ago. Last week, after module 1. And I promised her that I was going to answer that question. I knew it was coming, and I didn't want to get ahead of myself, because she was asking about how to create a lead magnet, okay? And I have it broken down. I've given you examples, okay? When you are creating your lead magnet, you're using the same copywriting techniques that are just before this section. Don't deviate. Don't feel like you have to go all off on something else and you got to sit there and think up something. You are the expert. And there again, if you are running out of material, then that means you have not done enough research. You have not exhausted the topic. And that's it. You know, when I hear people say, I've run out of stuff, that's exactly what that means. They have not exhausted the topic. They've not gone down all the trails that they could within that topic. Okay, and you want to make sure that you do that. So your lead magnet is an ethical bribe. It's what people call an opt-in. And you've seen them. You've opted into people's lists. If you are a part of my success club, that's an opt-in. Boom, there it is. Anytime you have gone to somebody's website and they have a pop-up or they have something on the screen that says, hey, grab this, give us your email, your name, or sometimes it's name and email, and oftentimes it's just email. And we'll send you this, and you hit enter. Most of the time, it's going to be what's called double opt-in. So what will happen is you won't immediately get the offer. You'll get an email saying, please confirm. That's what double opt-in means. So you get two opportunities to say yes, is what the double opt-in is. Okay, 2 opportunities to say yes. So you confirm, and then you get the actual free offer. But in doing that, you have then given that person permission to email you at whatever interval. Okay? At whatever interval. So, my coach calls them IFOs, irresistible free offers. And you really, really have to make them irresistible free offers. When you're creating your IFO, your opt-in, you want to think about your ideal client and what, again, so important. You want to think about the solution, okay? And you don't want to offer no junk. You want to offer something that really would be of value to them, that even if they never bought, even if they never invested in anything that you have to offer, they could take that opt-in and actually do something with it. Find some level of success or transformation with it. Don't just slap an ebook on there. Don't just put a chapter from a book that you authored on there. Don't just, don't just be regular. You know what I mean? Like, really make it something that will truly add value to them. And I have several examples here. A 3-video series. That was actually my very first opt-in. When I first started, I recorded a video series right here in my office. Yes, Erica. Now see, there it is right there. She said some people have crappy opt-in. It's like they make it sound so great that it's like a 1-page, like something that's just like you can't do anything with it. Like you just look at it, like an infographic, for example, that doesn't really it's just words on a page, just that's it. And you want to stand out. One person that I'm talking about is killing it, first of all, had a meteoric rise, Brendan Burchard, and he built his list, his empire on the fantastic free opt-ins. He literally has oh my gosh, like 4 or 5 45-minute video series as free opt-in. His free stuff, you could almost build your business off of. And so what that causes people to think is, well, if this is the free stuff, the doggone paid stuff must be fire, right? And so then when it's time to invest, who they looking at? You. So like Erica said, don't have crappy, just kind of run over type of stuff. Actually think this thing through. Think it through when you're developing your IFO. Okay? Brendan Burchard. His name is Brendan Burchard. I want to say I posted a meme of one of his quotes in my Money at Impact group today. So his name is on there. So and it's just hisname.com if I'm not mistaken. I think it's still hisname.com. So some samples, a 3-video series, and that's what I did. I had my Note 3 then, and I bought me a little cheap tripod from Walmart, and I stuck my phone up on there, and I put on the best outfit I could find at the time because I was broke. And I did my 3-part video series, recorded it on my phone, tried to edit on my own, uploaded it to YouTube, and did it as my free opt-in. And that was my free opt-in for a long time. It was a 3-part video training that I did. I tried to be like Brenda Bashar. I really did. I really did have my board and stuff up. I think it was a big white paper. I think it was. But yeah. So a short report, for example, 5 mistakes to avoid. An audio recording, a 7-day challenge. Challenges are hot now. As a matter of fact, as a part of my upcoming live event, I'm going to, I suppose, to launch it this week, but yeah, it didn't happen. So next week I'm going to launch a 5-day challenge. They are hot. What I want to caution you is that you don't want to go too far because people tend to tucker out after so many days. Okay, so I would suggest not going more than 10. If you could do 5 or 7, that would be great. Okay, if you decide that your IFO is going to be a challenge. Okay, 10 days of uplift. My coach has done that. 21 days of motivation. I've done that 21 days. Matter of fact, Sandra did that. Did that challenge. I called it the 21-day Max Life Challenge. 15 days of take a giant step, maximize your. So I mean, those are just some examples. You have to do what is good for your ideal client. Okay, and if you don't know what that is, you need to go back to module 1 and do some more digging. Period. You got to do the work. You have to do the work. So if you're like, I don't know what I should offer, and if after you work through the 7 steps, you still like, or like you on step 2 and you're like, I don't know, go back to module 1 and dig deeper. And remember, it's not about you. It is about your ideal client, how you are going to serve them. That's who this whole thing is about. Your ideal client. Okay. So I have here a niche market assessment. This will help you to get clear, and that's why I put it before the actual work of the IFO. This will help you to get clear on exactly what you can offer. It is important that you answer these questions if you don't know what you're going to offer, or if you're not sure that what you're planning on offering will be quality and of value to your ideal client. Okay, you want to get clear. Clarity is king, y'all. It's king, queen, and rook. Okay, it's all of them. It is all of them. Yes. So we got those. Then you got your 7 steps to creating your IFO. Okay, your lead magnet system. And I'm challenging you to create 3. Okay. Now, when I say create, I don't mean that you have to, go through and plan out each one all the way through and try to link them up. I want you to just make sure that you have at least one that you're going to connect to your email service provider, MailChimp, or whoever you decide to use, and that you're able by the end to run at least one of them. And then you got 2 more on deck for the latter part of this year. Okay? So you got those 7 steps there. And so that I could kind of persuade you to absolutely share in the group exactly what you're doing. I have next steps on here that tell you to go into the group and say, here's what I did, or here's what I have. Now, again, kudos to you guys, because y'all have just really been showing up for each other in this group, man. Like, I mean, I'm happy about it. I really am, because I want for it to be a collaborative community. Now, that's education speak. Okay, but after all, this is an academy. I mean, come on, right? So I want it to be a collaborative thing where I'm not the only one that is providing answers. Okay, because all of you are brilliant, all of you are geniuses, and you have something to offer. So if you post something and somebody else responds, but normally when you post it, I see it anyway. Okay, I just choose not to answer because I want somebody else to answer, right? So if somebody else answers before I do, don't ignore them. Don't, be like, I'm waiting no evidence. She the expert. No, everybody in the group is an expert in some area, in some industry, right? So keep that in mind and make sure that you are supporting each other. I want you to lean in on each other, okay? All right, good stuff. Now, let's talk about content stacking. Okay, yes, it is, Deidre, it is. I'm talking about, listen, you can just be totally stuck. And okay, it's kind of sidebar. Humor me for a second, okay? You can be totally stuck. And what's great about a collaborative atmosphere is that you got fresh wind, like a fresh perspective that comes in and like, oh, but you can do this right here. And you're like, I sure could. Why didn't I think of that? Because you're in it. That's why. It's because you are in it. And when you're in it, it's a lot more difficult to see the light. Like that saying, can't see the forest for the trees. It's kind of like that. Like you can't see your forest because all you see is trees. Big, tall oak tree, maples, just huge trees, right? But you have other folks who come in and they're like, oh, okay, do it like this. Or how about this? And it may not necessarily be something that you can use, but that what they say or suggest could trigger something else in you that you can. Okay? So that's why it's important to me for us to have that type of community. Okay? And that's why I had that next step at the end. I was like, let me do something so I can, kind of get them going. Going, show enough. All right? Now, let's talk about content stacking. And this is not, let me cut because I got a mass text and not people are answering. I don't have a sexy PowerPoint for this because, like I said, I wanted to make sure that you have the opportunity to focus in and take great notes. And if you are having to compete with a sexy PowerPoint, then sometimes that doesn't quite translate all the way over. So take great notes. Okay, here we go. Content stacking. Content stacking is exactly how it sounds. It is absolutely and exactly how it sounds. You are stacking your content on top of each other. So you're not creating something new every single time. And that, as I said in the beginning, that is the pressure that experts normally find themselves under because they're like, it's a brand new week. I got to think something else to talk about. There is a thing that we call in education doing something or teaching a subject to fidelity. And what that means is you teach every single aspect of it. Like you turn every stone in every corner. Like if it's a curriculum, for example, you're going to teach every part that is essential to a child's education. Like you're going to make sure that they master these things. That is the same way that you approach your content. You don't want to just hit it and say, well, I discussed that, I'm done. No. Not at all. Okay? So just off the cuff, an example. Because sometimes people have a problem with this. Okay, so we talked about how copywriting is, I have on here, copywriting is a solution-focused conversation. Okay, so, so when I'm talking about copywriting, I'm not going to just, what I told one of my mentorees was, you want to make sure that you thoroughly cover the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? It doesn't have to be in that order, but you want to make sure that you cover that. And if you have not covered the who, what, when, where, why, and how, then you're not done talking about it. Period. So in copywriting, for example, I'm not going to just teach my people how to copyright, or I'm not just going to teach them how to copyright. I'm going to tell them what copywriting is, right? Who needs copywriting, where you're going to use copywriting, and I have that listed here, all the various places that you can use copywriting, why copywriting is important for your brand, for your sales, for engagement, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to answer all those questions. That's 6 pieces of content, right? That's 6 talks, that's 6 trainings, that's 6 speeches right there. Then, for example, the where, okay? The where. So I tell them email campaigns, blog posts, website copy, social media posts, case studies, and testimonials, opt-in offers, right? So if I'm doing a broadcast or a training or something like that, I'm going to go through those, right? And tell them, and I'm going to hit the high points. But I can come back the next day and dive deeper into each one. I can teach them how to do an email campaign or the components of an email campaign and how great copywriting factors into that. I can tell them how to create their first blog post, what platforms to use, right? All about CTAs at the end. Do you see where I'm going? Okay, website copy. I can tell them how to create a website if they can't afford it, or go on Fiverr, hire somebody, things like that. What pages should be on their website initially? All those things. So I can break down that section by itself. Even after I've gone over 6 areas in copywriting, I can still further break it down. So to say I don't have anything else to talk about is not true. Okay, so let's just cut that myth right now. Okay, it's just a matter of spending time with the conversation that you want to have and deciding how you can break it down. So, content stacking. I made it right back. See how I did that? Content stacking. So, I use the example of Nikia's blogs because I mentioned that earlier. So, I told Nikia, hey, you can take the one blog, okay? Here's how you would stack that. She has a blog, and she may have this great quote in the blog that just stands out. It speaks to her. Man, woo! I had a show enough moment when I wrote that. That was some good stuff, okay? Anything that you write, you always have something, even if it's just a line, that you come back on yourself like, darn, that was kind of good. You know, I don't care who you are. There's always that one thing. It's at least one, okay? So you pull that out. You create a meme with that, okay? And you guys know what a meme is. So she can put that on there and then put Nikia P. Evans on there, NikiaPEvans.com. That's one piece of content right there. She takes that quote, she builds it out into a pair. I don't want to hop on Periscope because you might choose Facebook Live, a live broadcast platform. Okay, So she's going to take that quote and she's going to build a further conversation out, just like what I did with my where. Where will I use copywriting? In email campaigns, blog posts, website copy. Take that conversation, expand it, right? Expound on it. So she takes that quote, she expounds on the quote through a live stream platform. Okay? So she has her challenge. She has what it would look like to overcome the challenge. Then she guides her audience through step by step in 3 points. Okay? Especially if that quote is solution focused. Okay? Then she can take that same Periscope broadcast. She can shoot it over to somebody on Fiverr to trim, right? Cut off her introduction, saying hey to everybody, all that good stuff, right? She can take that, she can package it as a mini training, depending on the conversation, okay? She can package it as a mini training. She can put a PDF with it, package it as a mini training, and sell it. I did that. I know it works. Did it with 3 or 4 different things. Put them on my DPD store, $6 a pop. There it is. Okay? Or she could take it and she could create her opt-in. Okay? That's it. Once the part of the reason why I am a huge advocate, and if you have questions, put them in the chat, don't forget. One of the reasons why I am a huge advocate of live stream video, okay, is because you can take that video and you talking about content stack. You can take that and use it for so many different purposes. So you can even reverse engineer that. Those of you who have done videos in the past on YouTube or something like that, or if you have Periscope broadcast or Facebook Live broadcast, watch the comments. And so those things that you say that people just really jump on, take that comment, create a meme from it. Absolutely. Expound on it in a blog series, right? You can expand on that. Absolutely. You can put a worksheet or something of value together around it and make that be your opt-in offer. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you don't have to recreate the wheel every single time. You don't have to try to come up with something brand new every single day or every single week or whatever the case may be. You can take what you already have and build it out further and into different platforms. So what you want to make sure you do is that with every part, you want to make sure that people can read it, that they can hear it, that they can see it, that they can experience it, and that they can in some way master it. Now, when we get later on to product creation, this is really going to come in handy. Okay? Now, this is not, because as a speaker, it is incumbent upon you to absolutely have something for your audience to take with them to interact with your solution. It is malpractice. It is malpractice for you to ever stand in front of an audience and present to them an opportunity of transformation and then leave that platform and not give them any way to go and interact with that transformation, to actually build on it or to keep it going. It's malpractice. And so before you graduate, you are going to have a product package in order to have your ideal client something to walk away with, to keep hope alive. in order to interact with your solution. Because anything else is malpractice. And yeah, it's malpractice. Okay? So you want to take what you already have, all right? Especially if you already have, like I said, if you already have stuff that you've written. If it's I know Sandra, Erica, they are co-authors in books. They have chapters already. Deidre has her blog posts. She has sermons that she's preached. She has a plethora of Periscope broadcasts. Okay? Go back through that information and pull from there. Go back. Okay? Sandra has the book for stylists. So you want to do hair. Go back and pull from that information. Don't recreate the wheel. You don't have to. Go back, pull from it, especially those things that were like, yes, with your ideal client that really stood out to them. Take that and stack it. Build out on it. Okay? Memes. Memes are hot. Picture memes. Oh my gosh. Get some of your cute pictures. Or, if it's a funny statement or funny quote or whatever, get one of the funny backgrounds or whatever. But I get the most traction when we use backgrounds that are pictures of me. But again, my ideal client connects with my humanity. I know that about them. So that's why I use my pictures. Okay, we use my pictures for my memes. I don't normally pull stuff. I use my face, my outfit, my okay. But there again, even in that, you got to know what your ideal client wants and what will evoke that emotion from them. Okay? But absolutely, memes, blogs, a word about blogs, okay? You don't have to say everything in the one blog post. You don't have to empty out all the information on that particular thing in the one blog post. Chances are, if it's a super long blog post, people are not going to read it anyway. So build it out as a series. I did a 3-part webinar series back in June. It's going to be transcribed and it's going to become a 12-part blog series. Why would I recreate that? Like, why would I try to blog about something I already did when I could just get it transcribed? That's what I mean by content stacking. Then that's going to be like a meme fiesta. Like, that's just going to just be ridiculous with the memes that come out of that. You see what I'm saying? So you don't pull what you already have. Pull out the stuff that you've already written and build from there. Any questions? Because I don't want y'all to leave here confused. So are there any questions? Anything you need for me to go back over? Anything you need for me to go over that's in the action guide for this module? I tried to keep it short because it's a lot of work in this module. So I tried to only put in it what was absolutely core and necessary. So I think this has been the shortest module thus far. You know what? I didn't even scroll down. It might be a question over here. Okay, now. Had to make sure. I think on you guys' end it says, like, it says something like click question or whatever. Okay. Oh, not Teresa wants to say something. Not Teresa wants to say. I'm just messing, Teresa. Okay, she said, good stuff. What kind of challenges do you suggest? You could do, it really just is, okay, so remember, you have to be solution focused, okay? Solution minded. So the challenge that I'm going to release next week is pointing toward Women Ignited as being the solution, okay? Women Ignited is all about getting you into immediate action in order to begin generating revenue and profit in your business. So the challenge is a 5-day challenge, and it's called Get Your Assets in Gear 5-day challenge. So it's all about action. It's all about getting them into action. And the funnel itself has the challenge, but then at the end, it's going to go into a call to action with participating or coming to Women Ignited. Okay? Now, understanding that and thinking about the solution that you offer. Okay, no problem, Teresa. No problem. Thinking about the solution that you offer, right? You will base your challenge off of that. So with this one, each day they're doing something that will get them in action on their life, on their business. Because again, that's the conversation that we have as it relates to women. I mean, that's my overall conversation anyway. Just you gotta do something to dominate. Like that's my overall conversation in money and impact, period. But specifically for Women Ignited, it's important that I focus in on the getting in action part, because that's kind of the crux of the event itself. That makes sense. So you want to think about the solution that you offer to your ideal client, and then how could you, in like a bite-sized way, get them going toward that solution. Now, a free opt-in is not going to solve the problem for them. The free opt-in starts the conversation that you're leading them to. So like I said, the opt-in, the call to action at the other end of that is a ticket to Women Ignited. So the opt-in starts the conversation, okay? So we're not trying to solve their problem with a free product. It won't happen. It will not happen, okay? But you want to start the conversation with them. That's the goal. It's starting the conversation with them that will lead them toward the opportunity eventually to invest in the solution that you offer. Okay. Sandra says, do I need a website now? That would, you definitely need yourname.com. Me personally, I always feel like an expert always needs a piece of real estate online. So the short answer is yes. However, right now, Sandra, I don't think that you need like a 5 or 6 page website. I think something that just talks about who you are, because again, you don't want, there has to be a level of credibility, especially with the conversation that you're having with your audience, right? So they'll be like, okay, well, who is this broad, coming in our future? or try to tell me that I'm not legit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a level of credibility from the jump because of the conversation that you're going to have. Now, again, do I think you need to have a 6-page, 5-page build out? No. I think an About Me page that talks about you, what makes you credible, why you are the expert. Of course, have on there #1 best-selling author, that kind of thing on there, absolutely. And then the services that you offer, a page that lets people know how they can interact with your solution. I think that will be enough for right now. I really do, for right now. What solution? Erica, I know you're from New York, but I'm from Detroit. I'm gonna put you in a headlock. Listen. Okay, cool, Sandra. I can't tell you what solution you offer. You have to work through that. So that tells me that there's something in the clarity work that you still have not taken care of. Or it could be that you're thinking too hard. Because I think we talked about this. Didn't we talk about this, Erica? In Facebook Messenger? Didn't we talk about this? I'll put you in the headline. I think you're thinking too hard. So you already know what the solution that you offer. Does it just, are you waiting for Gabriel to blow his trumpet and for the sky to part with lightning and thunder, and the Lord coming down sound like Charlton Heston? Is that what you waiting on, Erica? Because that's not gonna happen. Stop waiting on that. It doesn't work like that. You know the solution. She's like, I want the Lord to come down and pat me on my forehead and say, "This is it, child." That's not gonna happen, Erica. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. No. That's what she wants, Sandra. That's what she wants. She wants the Lord to come down. Erica, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But you know the solution that you offer because we talked about it. You know the solution. So don't second guess yourself. Don't, because if you get caught up in that, I don't know, then you'll never get anything done. Never. Like literally. Like you'll just be stuck. And no, that ain't where it's at. So you don't, again, it is all about your target audience, your ideal client. Okay? It's all about your ideal client. So don't compare your solution and how it's framed up right now with the next person's, or with that person's, or with Teresa's, or with mine. Okay? Don't compare and say, well, mine's not deep enough, or it's not, stated well enough, or no, this is your brand, and it should reflect you, not anybody else. It is your brand. It's absolutely your brand, and that's it. And that's okay. Okay, so don't feel like you have to, no. You're Erica, and you're amazing, and you offer something amazing to your ideal client. So just rock with that, and don't stop panicking. Don't panic. Okay? Stop panicking. See there? I know. Don't try to be deep. Be effective. Deep doesn't get stuff sold. Deep doesn't get you on stages like that. Effectiveness does. Getting people results does. Okay? So don't say, well, it's not deep enough. is deep enough for right now for you to get moving. I said from the very beginning, clarity comes in stages. So you're going to get some other levels of clarity as you get further along. But don't try to wait till you hit all the way at the bottom and you just got air. Girl, please, you won't get nothing accomplished. Move on what you already know. Okay? Yeah, woo-sa. Woo-sa. Okay. Deidre said, if you create a video series, that's right, Deidre. If you create a video series for your IFOs, how long for each video? People's attention spans normally max out at like 7, 8, 10 minutes. So if you can, like for example, do a 3-part video series that's like 5, 6, 7 minutes a piece, then go for it. I would say no more than 10. No more than 10. Yeah, no more than 10. But you know, Deidre, you got enough periscopes to where all you gotta do is go to our Fiverr person and just get yours trimmed and you got your IFO done. That's it. That part should be easy for you. Like you could just, based on the work that we've already done and mentored, yeah. Content stack. I know you weren't trying to think through no brand new IFO. Child, please. If you don't pull them periscopes, please stop that. Yeah. See, I'm telling y'all. I already said go back and look at what you already got. Okay? The videos that Sandra is doing right now in her group, we are going to content stack those. We're not going to recreate no brand new nothing. You already got something. Work with that. Work with that. You already got your IFO, girl. You got all 3 of yours, Deidre. You straight. All you got to do is put them together. Put you some PDFs with them. I'm done. Now that's high value. That's high value right there. When you can add that worksheet component to it, like give them something again. And I guess it's the teacher in me, but you always want to put people in action with the information. Why y'all think I spend time putting this together for y'all? I could just do a series of webinars and tell you all this stuff. But how would that help you if you don't have any kind of way to connect to it? So even with your IFO, you want to give people some action to do. So if you're going to do a video series, that's great, but make sure that you put something with it. Okay? That's what I'm here for, Deidre. Make sure that you put something with it, a worksheet, a PDF of some sort, some thought-provoking questions, some steps to follow, whatever it is. You want to put that with it. Absolutely. Give them something to do with the information. Yes. If they have to go research something, or I put you in action from the jump. You have pre-work from the beginning. I want you interacting with this stuff. And that is high value. That is high value. You know what I'm saying? So there again, video, if it's a challenge, you want to put them into action. In my challenges, each day they have an action to do, but I also have them going into the group putting stuff. So you want to put people into action all the time. That's right, action. You want them to interact with the solution. Because when you feel like when you're doing something, you feel you can better feel and assess the value of it. Because there again, I could have just done a series of webinars, had y'all take notes, and that's it, right? But doesn't it feel a whole lot more sexier that you get to print off your text every 2 weeks? Like doesn't that just add a little bit? Tell me. Yes, in the comments, tell me. Doesn't having this just add just that? Oh yeah, baby, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And even though it's a lot of work, you still like, but this is good stuff, man, right? Because it's in front of you all the time. You'll forget the webinar information, but you got the meat in front of you all the time. And that makes a lot of work. And that makes the difference. That makes the difference. So even with the IFO, that's how you make it juicy. Okay? Or that's one of the ways that you make it juicy. Any other questions? That's why you attention span. Sandra. Like I'm in college again. Good, Deidre. Yay! Good stuff. God told me in 2006 that I was going to start a school. I started the wrong school the first time, but here I am. Converse Speakers Academy. Money and Impact Academy. Here I am. Yes. Any other questions? That's right. CSA, baby. Graduation is coming. I'm so excited. Okay, anyway. I'm sorry. Okay. Hi. Yes, it is, Deidre. Don't start, Deidre. Don't start, Deidre. Because we're about to end. Don't start. Yes, it is. Yeah, I will do the other one. I will. At some point, I'm pretty sure. At some point. Yeah. Any other questions? If not, I'm gonna head out and go pick up Gabe from karate. Any other questions for me? And now my husband is calling. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the broadcast, and it will be up in the virtual classroom for you. And after I go get Gabe and come back. Mwah. Have a great evening. And if you have questions, go in the group, and I'll meet you there. All right. Talk soon.